What's the story behind your trust issues? When I was 12, I built a solar water purifier with my neighbor Dev. We spent every Saturday in my garage for 2 months straight. I'd bring the snacks, he'd bring the tools his dad let us borrow. We tested different filters, wrote down every result in this beat-up notebook, and even made a poster board together. Dev drew the diagrams because his handwriting was better. I did all the math because he sucked at fractions. The day of the science fair, I got there early to set up our table, but Dev was already there, standing at a table with our project, except the board only had his name on it, just his. I walked up confused, holding the extra materials we'd planned to bring. "Yo, what's going on?" He didn't even look embarrassed. His dad was standing right there, telling some parent how proud he was of his son's engineering skills. Dev just shrugged at me. "I needed the grade, man. My dad said if I don't get an A, I can't try out for basketball." I stared at him. "We built this together." "Yeah, but you'll be fine. You get good grades anyway. Chill." I went to my teacher, Mrs. Harper, told her everything. She looked at me, looked at Dev's table, then back at me. "Do you have any proof you worked on this?" I didn't. The notebook was at Dev's house. The photos of us building it were on his phone. He had everything. She gave me a C for not turning in a project. Dev won second place. That night, I threw out every group project idea I'd ever written down. I stopped sitting with Dev at lunch. When people asked why we weren't friends anymore, I just said we grew apart. Nobody cared enough to ask more. Fast forward. I'm 28. I'm a software engineer, and I helped start a company with 2 people I met in college, Grant and Natalie. We built this budgeting app that actually got pretty big. Real users, investors reaching out, some tech blog wrote about us. I was working 14-hour days, barely sleeping, living off energy drinks and whatever leftover pizza was in the office fridge. One night, Grant texts me, says we should have a business dinner at his place. Talk strategy, next steps, whatever. I show up with a 6-pack and some ideas for new features. There's a whole VC team in his living room. They're sitting around his coffee table with laptops open, talking about funding and equity splits and growth projections. I walk in and nobody even introduces me. I stand there holding beer like an idiot while they keep talking. Grant finally notices me. "Oh, hey man, come in. We're just going over some stuff." I sit down, wait for him to explain. He doesn't. Natalie slides a folder across the table. Inside are documents. Legal stuff. Stuff I didn't remember signing, but apparently I did, months ago when we were just getting started and I didn't think to read every line. I wasn't a co-founder anymore. I was listed as a freelance contractor. They'd filed everything weeks ago, just never mentioned it. "Look," Grant said, leaning back like this was all super reasonable. "You're amazing at building things, but you're not great with presentations. Investors want a face they connect with. This way, everyone wins." He handed me a check. $5,000 to keep things clean. "We good?" I didn't say anything. I just left. I didn't sleep for 3 days straight. I kept reading those documents over and over, trying to find something I could use. I thought about getting a lawyer, but I couldn't afford one. I told a few people what happened. Most didn't care. Some said I should have read the paperwork. One guy laughed and said that's just how startups work. Grant and Natalie got written up in Forbes under 30. I got nothing.